let's start with exercise 1C. So the first question is express each of the following as the form on rational numbers. So I'll do 5 parts. First one is 0.3333. So first is 0.33333. So we can write x is equal to 0.333333. So 10x is equal to 3.333. From subtracting this from this, we'll get 9x is equal to 3. So x is equal to 3 upon 9. We can simplify it by cutting by 3. So this will be 3. This will be 1. It's equal to 1 upon 3. X is equal to 1 upon 3. So the first question's answer is this. The fourth part, 0.001001. This is equal to x. It's repeated 3 times. So we'll take 10, 100,000. So 1000x is equal to 1.001. So by subtracting this from this, we'll get 999x is equal to 1, right? So now x is equal to 1 upon 999. Next part, what is the part? Sixth, 0.24545 would be x. We need to simplify it a little bit. So 10x is equal to 2.4545. Then we have to take 2 digits ahead, 100,000. So 1000x is equal to 245.4545, right? So 1000 minus 10 is equal to 990. So 990x is equal to 243, right? So now we can simplify it. Means x is equal to 243 upon 990, right? So we can simplify it by dividing by 9. So 243 divided by 9 would be 9 to 18 minus 27, and this would be 110. It's equal to 27 upon 110 is the answer. So the next question is 10.036666. So to simplify, we'll take till this. So 100x is equal to 1003.666, and we have to take one more digit after that. 1000x is equal to 10036.666. So 1000 minus 100 is equal to 900. 900x is equal to 10036 minus 1003, which will be equal to 9033. So x is equal to 9033 upon 900, which is divisible by 3. So if we divide by 3, we'll get this as 3011 upon 300. So this is the answer. So the last part of the question, 2.543434343. Here 43 is repetitive times, as you can see, and 5 is not repetitive. It's a mixed recurring decimal expansion. So let's make it into a fraction. So 10x will be 25.434343, and then 100 and 1000. So 1000x will be equal to 2543.43. So now 990x is equal to 2543 minus 25. So 13 minus 5, 8. 3 minus 2, 1. 5. 2518 is equal to 2518. So x is equal to 2518 upon 990. So 2 plus 5, 7 plus 1. So we can divide it by 2. So let's divide it by 2. So this will be 1, 2, 4 minus 1. This will be 5. 10 minus 1 9, 1259, and this will be 495. So the answer will be 1259 upon 495. So let's start the second question. So the second question is evaluate 2.66666 plus 0.99999. First, let's convert it into a rational form, right? So x is equal to 2.666, so 10x is equal to 26.666. Now we have to subtract both of these, so it will be 9x is equal to 24. So x is equal to 24 upon 9. We can divide it by 3. So 3 8s and 3 3s is equal to 8 upon 3. Next, let's do 0.999. X is equal to 0.99. So 10x is equal to 9.999. So we have to subtract both of these. So 9x is equal to 9. So x is equal to 9 upon 9, which will be equal to 1. So we have to do 8 upon 3 plus 1 upon. So we have to make this 3. So we will have to multiply by 3. So it will be 8 upon 3 plus 3 upon 3, which will be equal to 11 upon 3. So 11 upon 3 will be the answer. Let's start the third question, which is show that 0.121212 plus 0.1111 is equal to 0.232323, right? So let's start with the question. So first let's evaluate these two by converting into rational form. So x is equal to 0.1212, so 100x will be equal to 12.1212. So by subtracting these two, we'll get 99x is equal to 12. So x is equal to 12 upon 99. Let's simplify 0.1. So 0.111 is equal to x, and 10x is equal to 1.111. So by subtracting these two, we'll get 9x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 upon 9. Now let's evaluate 12 upon 99 plus 1 upon 9. So let's take the common factor as 99. So 12 plus 11 upon 99, which is equal to 23 upon 99. Now by dividing 23 upon 99, we should get 0.232323. So let's divide. So 23 will come here and 99 will come here. We'll add a 0 and add a point also. So 99 2s are 198. So let's add a 2 here. 10 minus 8 2, and subtracting this 12 minus 9 3, and this is 0 320. Now we'll multiply by 3. So it will be 297. So 297. So 10 minus 7 3, 10 minus 9 2, and this will be 0. 230 came again. So we'll again by 2, 198 minus, it will again be 32, and we'll add again at the 0, and this will be in infinite loops. So the answer will be 0.232323, which we can write like this, 0.23 and a bar above. So the next question is how do irrational numbers differ from rational numbers? So irrational numbers are the numbers which cannot be written in this form as fractions, where q is not equal to 0. And rational numbers are the numbers which can be written like this. Okay, and the second point is the decimal expansion of irrational numbers is non-terminating, whereas the decimal expansion of rational numbers is either terminating or non-terminating. So now let's do question 5. So question 5 is identify the following as rational or irrational numbers, and we have to give the decimal representation of the rational numbers. So the first one, it is written in the form of the fraction. So this is our rational number. So let's find the decimal expansion. So 27 upon 40. So we'll add a 0 here. So 40 upon 40 multiplied by 6 is equal to 240 minus 3. So we'll add भाई प्लीज यार इतनी तेज क्यों बोल रहे हैं भाई। थोड़ी सी कम आवाज कर लेगा।
सब तेरी वॉइस रिकॉर्डिंग देख रहे हैं।
कोई बात नहीं। So let's do question 5. So question 5 is we have to tell whether the number is rational or not, and if it is rational then we have to find the decimal expansion. So the first part is 27 upon 40, right? So I've done it over here. So 40 multiplied by 6, 240. Here it points should come. So 300. Now we have to multiply by 300. 40 multiplied by 7 is 280 minus 20. So we'll add another 0 and it can be divisible by 5 and it will give us 0. So 0.675 is the first answer. Now let's do the second part. 3 upon 11, it is written in the form of the fractions. So we can divide it. So 30 upon 11. So 11 2s are 22 minus 8, 80. 11 7s are 77 minus 3, 0. It's reoccurring. So the answer is 0.27 with the bar means 0.2727 continuing unlimited of times. Now let's do the third one. So the third one is 1.444. 1.44. So square root. So we can write 12. 12 is the square root of this. So with a point. So there are 2 points. So there should be only 1 point in the answer. So it will be 1.2. It's the decimal expansion, and this is rational because it can be written in the form 1 2 upon 10 as in fractions. The fourth one is irrational because it cannot be written in the form of the fractions. The fifth one, which is minus square root 81, is rational, as you can write it as in fractions forms. Minus 81 square root, you all know that 9 is the square of 9 square is 81, so it will be minus 9 and it can be written in the form of fractions by minus 9 upon 1. Okay, now let's do the sixth part. What is the sixth part? Square root 0.04. So here there are points. 2 is the 2 square is 4. So there are 2 points in the question. So there will be 1 point in the answer. So it will be 0.2. And then the seventh one, it's irrational because pi is a unlimited value. It is not found yet, as you have learned in class 7th. So we have to do the 8th part. It is rational, as you can see. It is in the form of fractions. So let's find the decimal expansion. So we have to do 22 upon 7. Means the 22 should be here and the 7 should be here, right? So 7 3s are 21 minus 1 10. So we'll put a point here. So 7 1s are 7 minus 3 30. 7 4s are 28 minus 2 20. 7 2s are again 14 minus 6. So it will be 60. So 7 8s are 56 minus 4 again 40. So 7 5s are 35, again minus 5, so it will be 50. So 50 is not coming anywhere, so 7s are 49 minus 1, and here it is over because 10 was also here, so it is over. See, it will be 3.142857. A bar means repetitive times. So the next question is question 6. We have to find which of the following are rational numbers which are terminating decimal expansions without actual division. So we have to find first part, 11 upon 80. So the denominator's prime factorization should be only made up of 2 and 5, not other than the number. So let's try 80. So it will be 240, 220, 210, 25. This is 5. It's only made up of these 2 and 5. So it will be terminated. So now the second part, 48 upon 455. So let's prime factorize 455. So 455 is divisible by 5, 5, 9, 91, and now it's divisible by 30. So it is not terminating decimal expansion. So let's do third. So it will be 7 upon 12. So let's get the prime factorization of 12. So it's 2, 6, 2, 3, and here comes 3. So this is also not, because it does not contain only of 2 and 5. Now let's do the fourth one, 6 upon 35. 6 upon 35. Let's do the decimal prime factorization of 35. So it will be made up of 5 and 7. So it's again not terminating decimal expansion. Now the last part, 13 upon 125. So 125 prime factorization 5. So 525 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5. It's only made up of 5. So this is terminating. So the next question in our book is question 7. Find the decimal representation of 1 upon 13. From that, find the decimal representation of 2 upon 13, 5 upon 13, and 7 upon 13. So we have to first find the decimal representation of 1 upon 13. So 1 will come inside the division and 13 will go out. So we'll add 2 zeros first to make 100 divisible, and we'll add a point and 0. So first 13 sevens are 91, so 9 will come and we'll add a 0. Then 13 6 are 78, which will be equal to 12. Then we'll add another 0, 120. So now we'll divide by 9. It will give us 117. It will give us 30. Then we'll divide by 2. Then we'll divide by 3. And then 10, and it's over. So this will be the statement, 0.076923, and a bar means repetitive times. So now let's find the decimal representation of 2 upon 13. So 2 upon 13 will be equal to 0.076923 multiplied by 2. So 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are 18, 2 6s are 12, 13, 2 7s are 14, 15, 2 zeros are 0, 1. So this will be the decimal representation of 2 upon 13, 0.153846 repetitive times. Then we'll find out the decimal representation of 5 upon 13 by multiplying it by 5. So 0.076923 multiplied by 5. 5 3s are 15, 5 2s are 10, 11, 5 9s are 45, 46, 5 6 are 30, 34, 5 7s are 35, 38, 5 zeros are 0, 3.0. So this will be the decimal representation of 5 upon 13. again we'll write 0.384625 repetitive times. Then we'll find the decimal representation of 7 upon 13. We'll multiply by 7, right? So 0.076923 multiplied by 7. So 7 3s are 21, 7 2s are 14, 16, 7 9s are 63, 64, 7 6s are 42, 48, 7 7s are 49, 53, 7 0s are 05.0. So this will be the decimal representation, 0.538461 repetitive times. So the next question, question 8, find two irrational numbers between 0.1 and 0.2. So irrational numbers are the numbers which cannot be written in the form of fractions. So let's do 0.1. So 0.1 is equal to 0.1, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0.2 is equal to 0.20000. So it should be written in this. So it will be 0.19, and we have to do it like this unlimited times and much numbers. So this is the number between. We can also find, we have to find 2. So this is the first one. The second one will be 0.196578. We can write anything, but it should be between. So next question, question 9. We have to give one irrational number between 0.2101 and 0.2 the bar repetitive times. So let's write the first number, 0.21010000. The second number, 0.222222 should be greater than this but smaller than this. So 0.211, and we can write anything between this. So this is the number, one irrational number. Next question, find two irrational numbers between square root 2 and square root 3. You have learned in class 8 how to find the square root by long division method. So we'll do it like this here only. So for 2 we'll find 2.000000. We can write unlimited times. 0.00000 should be equal to 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So let's put bars, two digits. Okay, now the long division. So we can do it by 1. So it will be 1 minus 1. Here we'll put the 2 bars. So 1x multiplied by x is equal to we will get the nearest value. So it will be 4. It will be the double of this. So it will become 2. So 2x multiplied by what is equal to or nearest 100. So 24 4s is equal to 96. So it will be the nearest. So it will be 96 minus 4, 400. And now we have to get the double of 4. So here it will come to 8. Now which digit will come here? 1, because 281 multiplied by 1 is equal to 281, which is nearest. So it will minus, and with minusing we will get 119. Then we'll bring these two, 11900, right? So here we'll get 282 and dash. So 282, so we'll multiply by 4. So 2824 multiply by 4 will be equal to 11296. 11296. So if we minus these two, then we'll get 604. Then we'll again bring 2 zeros. Okay, here we'll get 2828 dash, right? So next we'll multiply by 2, so here it will come 2, and then 282 multiplied by 2 will be equal to 56564. By multiplying 56564 minus by subtracting we'll get 3836, and we'll bring again 2 zeros, right? The statement will become 28284 dash, right? So we'll multiply by 1, so it will become 2841. We subtract these both, we'll get 100759. We'll again bring 2 zeros. Okay, the statement will become 28284, 1 multiplied by 2 is equal to 2, right? Dash, so we'll multiply by 3, and here it will come 3. So 2828423 multiplied by 3 will be equal to 8485269. So let's subtract. By subtracting we'll get 159061. We'll add 2 more zeros. Right? So 282842 dash, so we multiply by 5, so this will become 5, and so we multiply by 5 is equal to 141,421,325 minus, and by subtracting we get 1764,1775, and just will do this much. Okay, because now it will not repeat, it will do just this much. So 1.414135 dot dot dot, it can also be. So this is over. So I'll tell you the value of square root 3 is equal to 1.73205080 dot 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 dot. Means it can also be read further. So we have to find 2 irrational numbers between them. So we have to find between this, so it should be bigger than this, 1.5, right? It's also smaller than this. 5, 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, 6. We can write anything. And another number we can write. This is the first number. Another number we can write is 1.55564382 and so on. So these are 2 irrational numbers between square root 2 and square root 3. So the next question, question 11, find 2 irrational numbers between 3/11 and 5/7. So first we'll write the decimal expansion for 3/11. So 3 will come here and 11 will come here. 30. So 2, 22 minus 8, 80. So 11 7 is 77 minus 3, 30. It's again 30. So the answer will be 0.272727. 5 upon 7. Let's do it. So 5 will come here, 7 will come here. So 750. So 7 sevens are 49 minus 1 10. 7 1 is 7 minus 3. Sorry, we have to put a point here. Also here. 3 30. 7 4s are 28 minus 2 20. 7 2s are 14 minus 6 60. 7 8s are 56 minus 4 40. 7 5s are 35 minus 5, so it's again 50. So the answer for this is 0.714285 repetitive times, right? So we have to find two irrational numbers between these two. So 0.272727 and between 0.714285 714,285. So we have to find two rational numbers between 0.272727 and 0.714,285 714,285 repetitive times. So it should be bigger than this, smaller than this. So we can write 0.35, 8, 6, 4, 9, 5, 2 and so on. And we have to find 2. So this is the first one. The second one will be 0.3333989, so on. We can write anything. So this is question 11 over. Next question is, if P upon Q is a rational number, then what is the condition on Q or the denominator so that decimal representation of P upon Q is terminated? So it's saying that what is the condition on the denominator in which so that P upon Q or the fraction is terminating or ends with a 0 in long division. So we have learned that the denominator should be prime factorized by 2 and 5 only so that it is terminating. So this is the end of the exercise.